All right, guys. So today we're going to be watching a video from Steve Harvey talking about his experience, his initial experience with Donald Trump, how the black community has responded to him since, and then what was able to or not able to be accomplished during his time working with Donald Trump during his presidency. It's kind of shocking how they met, the communications that occurred. It's funny, it's crazy. Um, it's wild. This is just a wild speech. A lot of animosity from Steve Harvey, but I think you'll find out why it's so fascinating in the end. Very, very good stuff. So this is from LFR Family. He's a really great guy. Let me see. I'm actually going to switch to my default view. There we go. I want this to be a little bit bigger. He's a really great guy, or maybe I'll keep it bigger. What do you guys think? This view or the other view? Nah, I feel like the bigger view. We need to see it. All right. But Steve Harvey, LFR Family, he's pretty religious Christian, very nice guy, black dude, very intelligent, 1.1 million followers, just trying to get out a message of positivity, and I think just trying to convey truth. This is a little bit old, it's 2 years ago, but it's so relevant to today. You have to watch it. You're gonna love it. Hey Silas, hey Julio 638, hey Lou Alka, hey Michael Myers, hey Alex Garcia. With the political streams, no members only chat. I want it all. I want it all. People that hate me, you can talk in here too. So you got your opportunity. It doesn't mean I won't silence you, but you got it. So let's watch this video. This is 20 minutes. We're not going to see all of it. It's probably going to be about 16 of actual play, and it's brilliant. What a day for markets. Yeah, it's nice making a bunch of money. I don't hate it. It's probably a record-breaking day for me, but whatever. But yeah, this is important. Watch this. This is crazy. Watch this.
Called and said, Steve is President Obama's transition team. President Obama and I were friends. I've interviewed him. He's been on my talk show. I've been to the White House and interviewed him. He's been on my radio show more than anybody's show. I go to their parties. We friends. So his transition team called me around the 9th of January and said, Steve, the president feels like it's important that we sit down and have a conversation with this new administration to see if there's something we can work out. Not President Obama, just his transition team from the White House. I said, okay, cool. Next thing I know, the Trump administration transition team gets in touch with the Obama transition team. My name come up. So on January 13th, they asked me to come to Trump Towers to meet with Donald Trump. Now, the hell I caught. The sheer misery.
Realized I was muted. So I just wanted to say real quickly, so I won't turn on the mute again. Sorry, guys. This is important because Steve Harvey is talking to the anger that he has about how the black community treated him. He's going to say this in a very joking manner. It's going to be funny, but it's not just funny to him, man. And you're going to see why here in a second. But just listen to all of this.
For making that decision, I've been so many coons, Uncle Tom, sellouts. I was stunned.
Just so you understand, he's saying that once Trump's team wanted to meet with him, and he decided to go ahead and do it from the black community.
We're going to jump ahead, sorry.
Of what happened to me on social media behind visiting that man in Trump Towers, it was alarming. But I'm sitting up in here and I'm trying to figure out, because you don't know, so since you don't know, here come the hate. Uncle Tom, sellout, Coon, Steve Harvey, shoe shiner, celebrity friends I thought I was really cool with, coming out talking about he ought to know better. What the hell wrong with him?
Oh, man.
If President Obama the current president and the incoming president say they want to talk to you, which one of you ain't going up there? Just raise your hand if you wouldn't go, so I can see how stupid you are.
Go ahead, bruh. Go ahead, so I can see how stupid you are. I love that. And he's buttoning his jacket right now. He's about to get busy.
Just go ahead. I just want to see. This is what I be really wanting to say. See, I can't say none of this in front of another group, but since it's us in here, I've been wanting to say this since January 13th. You better believe this right here. I've been waiting on the right crowd. Well, I'm in front of a bunch of friends right now. So see, I can say this because I'm around a bunch of friends. You understand?
He's prefacing this with, "You're not going to like this, but you're going to hear it."
Friendship is essential to the soul. You can live without your father. You can live without a relative. You can make it without your mama. You can't live in this world without a friend. Friendship is essential to the soul. Oh, Philly sukas. That's friendship is essential to the soul.
What y'all are witnessing right now is Steve Harvey getting into his Black Baptist Church, Southern Baptist Church.
And he's good at it too.
Bag. He's preaching. And as you can see, everybody's standing up, clapping, yelling, and walking up to him, patting him on the back. Yeah, he's giving y'all a little peek into a Black Southern Baptist Church.
I'm not really that religious, and I don't go to church, but I did grow up and go to Black Southern churches for a lot of my youth, and I gotta say, it was the funnest time I've ever had, by far.
Yeah, I've been waiting on this. I'm glad Ricky Lewis asked me to come. So I go up there. President Trump did not know why I was there, but he was accommodating.
Okay.
I'm gonna give the man this. The man was very congenial. As we said that, we talked about golf. I played golf at his golf courses a lot. I don't play well, but I play. We talked about that. He's really congenial. And we're sitting there, and he thought that since we shared a common friend, Mark Burnett produced Apprentice, and Mark Burnett produces my new show, Steve Harvey's Thunderdome, that I was there to talk about possibly doing some type of program. I said, no, sir, I'm not. So it got around to it. After 25 minutes of talking, he said, so Steve, what can I do for you? Now, I had thought of what I would say when I got up there. So I said, well, there's really nothing I want you to do for me. I said, I want to do something for you. And he said, President Trump said, you want to help me? I said, yeah. I said, if you've appointed Dr. Ben Carson, the head of HUD, and I would like to help him because I don't think he has the celebrity or the name notoriety to get to these inner cities. I've been in inner cities my whole life. I got the key to 32 cities. I've been in stand-up a long time. I said, I can help him with some of these urban situations because I'm from there. And I want to do something to help him.
Wow.
He said, so what do you want to do? I said, well, I have a mentoring program, but my mentoring program is restrictive because I can only do about 1,000 boys. And I can do them only one time a year in each city. I want to create vision centers around the country where I can take these schools that you're closing in the inner cities, take HUD funds, put it with them, and then go in and refurbish these schools and buildings and turn them into a place where boys and girls can come and learn life skills, and parents can come and learn financial skills, literacy skills, to make it. And then eventually, I would like to build vision homes around it to help support these communities so we have wonderful communities. I want people who are less fortunate to have a better way of life. He said, I like that. Yes, let me get Ben Carson on the phone right now. I kid you not. In 2 minutes, he had Ben Carson on the phone.
Wow.
To be clear, things are going to get really crazy here in a second. You'll see.
Wow.
I'm just going to fast forward again through his commentary. He's great, so check him out. But I want to get to the root of this, okay?
He put Ben Carson on the phone, and he and I started talking, and I introduced the concept to him of Vision Homes right there in the office. He said it's a done deal. I've since then, well, the problem I had was after the meeting was over, I was supposed to go downstairs by myself and go on over to the
This is going to get insane in so many ways.
rope and address
This is so Trump.
the media. President Trump said, Steve, I'm going to go down with you. All right.
So literally, he got everything he wanted, and now Trump is going to go down and announce with him. This gets insane. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts in chat after this happens. You got it. Let me know your thoughts.
We get off the elevator, we walk up to the rope, all the cameras is on, and first thing he said, what we're going to do first thing in this office is replace and repeal Obamacare. I'm standing there, I went.
He totally set up Harvey. Not that, you're going to see this gets better. But he literally is like, oh, okay. Well, hey, you know what? I had an announcement I want to do. Let's go downstairs. And then Steve Harvey is like, what? You're going to repeal Obamacare? Keep in mind, he's already getting massive amounts of hate from the black community just for taking this meeting. Keep in mind.
Look at the tape. Go back and look at the tape and look at Steve's face. Because I'm going, there ain't we said upstairs. I'm sorry.
It's so good. All right, I'm going to fast forward. He's like laughing through here. Let's get back to it.
Upstairs. But I was stunned, and I'm sitting here going like I'm supporting this here. I ain't said nothing like that. So then when he walked off, I was standing there with Greg Calhoun, another frat brother, and Gerald Washington, Crump. What's up, man? That's my man right there. You a bad boy. Man, that's my man right there. I'm sorry, I'm a fan of his. Benjamin Crump, attorney. So I'm sitting here, and I walk up to the media, and I go, I'm just messed up because, man, it just looked like, and then next thing you know, all over social media, Steve supports Trump, repeal and replace Obamacare. We ain't never even talked about it. But that's what got said. And then
To be clear, this is the problem with media, right? They don't actually talk to Steve Harvey. They don't actually put out what's accurate. They just grab a headline to get clicks.
after that, y'all did your boy.
Now, this is important. He is mad about this, but this is a problem I find a lot of people, like LFR Family, such a chill dude, and there's so many others that are on YouTube that are black and conservative, and they get huge followings. But these guys struggle, man, because the black community attacks them viciously for looking at things through a different lens. Even though, how much better has the black community gotten as a whole as far as wealth and prosperity under all their Democratic votes that they've done for, decade upon decade upon decade upon decade upon decade. I would argue that it hasn't treated them very well at all. But listen to this. This is crazy. It's kind of sad.
It wasn't white folk. It was y'all. Yeah, this wasn't a black. This was an internal. White folk don't even know what Uncle Tom Coon is. Y'all was doing this here. Oh, you was doing your boy. To hell with my track record. Damn what I done in the past.
To hell with his merit. That's the kind of society we should have. It should be merit-based. This man has keys to 32 cities around the country. He has worked harder for the black community than probably any president has. I would argue that Trump's done a lot, and we're going to look at something with Ben Carson a little bit, given the stats of it. But again, Steve Harvey is, I would say, a great example of a leader in the black community, and they just destroyed him.
You ain't sugar, honey, iced tea right now. I cleaned that up, see how I did that. I didn't want to, though. I wanted to go ahead and fire another one off, but I figured I had got too many in. You ain't sugar, honey, iced tea no more. Ooh, I don't like saying that. Black people took to social media, and boy, all my family had to close their accounts down because y'all was just lacing me. Not y'all per se. Most of y'all don't even, hardly any of you blog, but I'm just talking about us. And this went because I don't know why we love destroying each other. I don't know why we take such pleasure in when he gone. You know, I was talking to Kevin.
Now, to be clear, this isn't just a black thing. This is across like every community on earth. I think there's something about people love a success story, and I've experienced this myself, right? Being a high school dropout who's a retired multimillionaire now. There's people love a success story, and then after it happens, there's some weirdness and jealousy, I think, that occurs. And then you become the man, and it doesn't matter what community you're in, but it's very true. And Steve got that in probably the biggest way anybody can.
Hart the other day when he went through that whole thing about the girl, Kevin Hart said, man, it's amazing how they cheer for you on the way up because they love a success story. But then once you get there, their whole mission is to bring you down.
Fingers.
And they was just on that social media just lacing me, man. Like I don't do nothing for black folk. Like I just ain't been black this whole time. The hell you gonna call me a Uncle Tom, a coon, and a sellout? I'm 60 years old. You know what I done seen? I seen what everybody in this room that's 60 done seen. I done felt what everybody in this room done felt. How they gonna call you Uncle Tom and a coon because you're at the top of the corporate ladder? Now some black person ain't got nothing wanna sit up and call you an Uncle Tom and a coon because you done betted yourself. Ain't that about la-di-da? You be wanting to go, man, I wish, you know, man, you be wanting to say something. But you know what though? You can't say nothing. Because my grandmama taught me something a long time ago. If you hang a sheet out on the line and you get some doo-doo on it, don't wipe it because you ain't going to do nothing but smear it. She say just wait till it dry. It'll fall right off. So when they kept on trying to, I just shut my mouth. I stayed quiet because I knew I had a purpose. Now, Brother Blue.
I love that. He said, because I knew I had a purpose. I knew I had a purpose, so I just shut my mouth. I knew I had a purpose.
I am not always good at this part, but it is incredibly admirable to be able to take as much flack as this man took. All of his family on all sides had to close down their social media accounts because they were being attacked so viciously. And he just sat back and he took it because he knew he had a purpose and he knew he could help his community. Even though he's just, and I don't even know that it's gotten any better for Steve Harvey as far as getting attacked, but this is amazing. This is like, this is what trailblazers do, right? They go down paths that others don't dare go. No matter what the popular opinion is, they do what they believe to perceive to be right. They do what they believe will make the world a better place. They do what they believe will innovate and create a better tomorrow. And I love this. I love it.
Went with me to the first meeting with Dr. Ben Carson at HUD. We have started an initiative. The first one will open in Detroit because that's where Dr. Ben Carson is from. The vision centers have been okayed by the White House, all because I took a step and went up there and said it. I didn't even come up with the vision center concept till the night before. Wow. Till the night before. I just told God, I asked God, man, just tell me what to say when I get up there. Because what I'm supposed to say, I don't even know what to say. What do I say to Donald Trump? I told him when we were sitting there, I said, look, man, I ain't vote for you. And I say, I put my whole radio show behind trying not to get you elected. I said, but there was a mistake got made. I said, we was playing checkers and y'all was playing chess. So congratulations on your win.
You heard that, right? Now, hopefully.
All right, I'm gonna. So that's the ending of this video. Okay, I tried to find the whole thing. It's from a couple of years ago, back when Trump was the president. So I'm gonna stop here because he's got a bunch of music in it. It'll probably get copyrighted. But the point I want to make in this dialogue is that he ended up doing these things and trying to better his community. And we can see a little bit more of that here in a second. I'm going to grab, let me see if I can find this here real quick. There's a conversation with Ben Carson, again, the person he was working with. talking about what they had done for the black community during Trump's presidency. I want you to hear this real quick, and then I'll just give my closing statement, and we're out.
You know, you talk about the Trump administration before this administration. It was amazing. You know, the opportunity zones, $75 billion of money brought in from the private sector into depressed communities, mostly minority communities, lifted 1 million people out of poverty, provided incredible opportunities, you know, HBCUs. Every time we started talking about HBCUs, President Trump's ears would perk up. And, you know, he established a pipeline so that they don't have to come and beg every year. That's incredible. The justice system, the inequality of the sentencing, all these things, they were dealt with without a lot of fanfare. And I'm just hoping that the black community is noticing this.
So again, redlining of districts, they worked hard to try and help with that, where basically if you live in a black community, you can't even get loans. There was the vision centers that Steve Harvey was talking about. There was the million people that were brought out of poverty that were in black communities. There was the $75 billion in government funding to try and help enrich these communities. You don't fix these problems overnight. But what I love about the video we just watched with Steve Harvey, and the YouTuber that's on here, and just so many others that I've been watching lately, is seeing the black community rise up and say, you know what? I actually have an opinion that differs from the masses. I don't have to have a hive mind. We don't have to vote 90% Democrat. I can think about what's best for my community locally and on the national stage, and I can vote for the person I want to vote for. And I love that. I think that if blacks want to enrich their communities, you should start looking at things on specific issues and what you're demanding, and see who's helping you with them and make them accountable to help you. Make them accountable to help you. And if you're not getting help year after year after year, then ask yourself, why am I voting this way if it's not getting better? I think that's the message, and it excites me to see how many different groups are out there trying to literally get people to think for themselves. All right. LFCG 2010. It's all intertwined. Can't pretend it isn't. Politics and finance are all intertwined. My name, I don't know, I didn't lie to you guys. I'm macro to micro. You should look up those words if you want to figure out what I'm going to be talking about, because geopolitics is a part of macro. Government and who's going to rule, especially when you have a potential Marxist communist running up against somebody who's pro-capitalism and freedom of speech and just all these other things and innovation. When you have just completely different platforms, that is definitely the most crucial thing that's happening in the next 3 months. And if you want your Tesla investment to do well, your Bitcoin investment to do well, all these other things, then don't act like this doesn't matter and that I shouldn't be talking about politics. That's bullshit. That's exactly what I should be fucking talking about. That's the kind of stuff that's going to help us do better, and that's going to help markets go up even higher. Because if Elon is buddy with Trump, and he's on an efficiency committee and making a leaner and better and more efficient government, that benefits the government, the United States, where we live, the country I'm proud to be in, better than having some stupid credits that go to a bunch of legacy automakers that don't actually want to build EVs and will never figure out how to make them profitable. Okay? So I'm sorry. This is what you get. Sean Chang, unfortunately, politics. Oh, yeah. 100% man. Michael Myers, do you, man. We're here for it. Awesome, brother. LFCG 2010. Even if you disagree, you need to know how to position accordingly. Major decisions get made around. Yeah, and there's this narrative around politics doesn't matter with investing. That is not accurate right now. That is not accurate. When you're talking about switching to a socialist communist state at a time where a deceleration in the economy would crush it because of our indebtedness and the fact that the majority of our spend right now in our budget is just interest on our debt. This is a crucial time for America. And so to act like Bitcoin isn't going to be impacted, to act like Tesla, to act like America isn't going to be impacted by this decision is lunacy. So we're going to call it here. This is what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you a black man standing up against his community to be able to have a free voice of reason from one of the smartest people I've listened to in the black community. He reminds me a lot of Martin Luther King, somebody who I have utmost respect for. Somebody I wish the black community was more representative of today, but I think they're leaning there that way, guys. I'm seeing so much great movement. And so again, I just want to inspire people that are hearing a bunch of left leaning, like, oh, it's all so bad for Trump. It's not real. And if you don't believe me, watch my video that I made earlier today that shows all the polling and data and what's going on with unions and how from liberal sites like CNN, they're saying, we've never seen this much support for Donald Trump and against the union narrative outside of the educational system, which is obviously biased. But the other unions, the other union workers are changing their minds. The black population's changing their minds. Hispanic population is changing their minds. The youth, in the last video I showed, a gay man from San Francisco just going on a rant because he's so pissed that illegal immigrants are being treated better than the homeless people in the city. Just like, and how he's going to vote Trump. There is a wave coming like you do not understand if you don't have as much time on your hands as I have, okay? So it's going to be good. I love you guys. Thank you for attending this too. Thank you for supporting. Probably getting demonetized on this one because I got Trump's name in it. That's the history. So we'll see what happens, but I am very excited about the future. I think the next 3 months is going to be great. Be optimistic. Help support the party that's going to make this country better over the next 4 years, that isn't going to turn into the UK, that isn't going to allow illegal immigration to prosper and shut down detention centers like Kamala talked about doing. This is all just insanity. Let's make this country great. Again, I didn't believe that statement. I thought it was such bullshit last time, but boy, it is true now. If it wasn't true last election, and maybe it was, I don't know. All I ever watched was mainstream media. We didn't have X. We didn't have Elon Musk giving us a free platform to talk and find out the truth and then validate it with community notes. So I don't know. Maybe it was true back then too, right? But I voted for Joe Biden, and he lied to me. He told me he was a centrist, and nothing I've seen is centrist about his policies and the path forward that they've been taking. And so let's vote Donald Trump into office to make this country great. Again, I love you guys. Have a good night. Let's do it again. I'll see you guys in the market recap. I also have another so I've got a Bitcoin miner video I'm working on where we're going to go in depth with the work that Sebastian Ski and James from Invest Answers have been doing. And we'll talk about like the AI miners against the Bitcoin hodl stack pure plays. That's a video that's coming out. There's another one with Vivek. I might even do that today before the Bitcoin miner. The Bitcoin miner is more work. I'll probably do that tomorrow. But the one with Vivek and Balaji talking about how deregulation, like we're at the perfect point in time for deregulating our economy to be able to make it to where our medical industry is better, our technology sectors are better, that we're competitive with China, and how they're going to do it, and why it didn't work under the last presidency, and why we had to go through the pain that we went through in the last 4 years to be able to get to the point where this is the perfect opportunity to fix a lot of really broken stuff with the FDA and SEC. So at least 2 good more videos coming out today. Maybe a third if I get super ambitious. That might be too much. I love you guys. Again, thank you for all your support, all the likes, all the comments, the sharing. If you're not getting my videos, click the button to turn off notifications and click it again to turn it on. I went kind of dormant for several months because I just wanted to enjoy the summer with my family. And when you do that, you kind of get pushed out of the algos. So I'm coming back furiously. But if you want to make sure you're getting those notifications, make sure to do that. Otherwise, I will see you guys in a little bit, worst case, at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Probably before that with my Vivek Balaji video. Love you all. Again, thank you for all the support. I literally couldn't do what I'm doing without the support of the community because, and it's not just the money, it's just the getting out to people. Like the likes, the shares, all that stuff are more important than the money because the point is to get out there and get my voice heard so that hopefully I can help some people have a more educated decision when it comes to their vote on November. Thank you all. Love you. Have a great day.